Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Vidhu, and today we're going to break down something that will completely change your outlook towards your training, your fitness, and this particular thing is called joint by joint approach. Sounds fancy, right? It's not technical, and don't worry, by the end of this video, you will understand that it's really too simple to understand and it will help you lift better, move better, be injury free, which is most important for longevity. The joint by joint approach is a simple way to understand how your body moves. Each joint in the body has a specific role to play. Some joints are designed for mobility, meaning moving freely. Some joints are made for stability, meaning they are required to stay in place while other things move. For instance, your ankles are required to be mobile, so you can move them 360-degree, make circles. Your knees are required to be stable, so you keep them in place. Your lower back is required to be stable so that your spine is stiff, and your uh, upper spine, thoracic spine, is required to be mobile so that you can overhead press, do your rotations. Your shoulders, for instance, can do both. They need to be stable for your presses. They need to be mobile for moving, rotating externally, internally. Um, your hips, very important, are required to be mobile. They can move your legs to the side, to the front, to the back, rotate. So this is how these joints are meant to do. But why is all this so important? Because if one joint isn't doing its job, the other one has to compensate. For example, if you're deadlifting and you have really tight hips, your mobility is you're losing mobility there, and you try to deadlift, instead of using your hips, your lower back will compensate, and this will increase the chance of injury. Right? Many people, tend to get sore in their lower back and really not engage their hips in the deadlift because their hips are very tight. So if you try to stretch and roll your hips, maybe you could engage your hips more in the deadlifts. Okay, so this is how this compensation is happening. If your ankles are too tight in the squat, for instance, A, you're not going to be able to squat low. B, your knees are going to compensate. So for instance, your ankles are not moving, so your poor knees are required to move, and the stable joint requiring movement will cause problems and pain and injury, which you don't need. Right? So how to really implement this? Now, implementing the joint by joint approach is pretty simple. You can do it in your warm-ups, 10 minutes, just 1 to 2 movements for 5 to 10 reps, just to prep the body. But you need to do them regularly, just to ingrain those patterns in your workouts, so that you could lift heavy, train for a longer duration. So here are some of the exercises you can add in your warm-up or in your workout if you need to improve your mobility, improve your stability. Ankle mobility. You can try ankle circles. You can try knee to the wall drills to improve the stretch at the ankle, at the calf. For knee stability, you can try body weight lunges, body weight squats. You can try single leg Romanian deadlifts with lighter weights to see that the knee is in place while other things move. For hips, you can try the 1990 stretch, which is really good to open up the hips as the external rotation of the hips. You can also try to pull the knees out with your elbows, which will really open up the internal adductors. For the lower back stability, always try to amp your core temperature. Use your plank variation, use a side plank variation, McGill Big Three, the bird dogs, side plank, and the McGill curl up. You can use, for the thoracic spine, for the upper spine, you can do the foam roller extension. You can do the world's greatest stretch. For shoulder stability, you can do your scapular push-ups, really moving the scapula, or you can also do band pull aparts with light mini band to really open up those shoulders. You can also do external rotations with a very lightweight. So each joint in your warm-up will be ready and you will be able to lift better. So that's it, guys. Joint by joint approach is all about training smarter, not training harder. Start thinking about your body as a system where every joint has its role, and your lifts will feel better, you'll move better, and you'll avoid those frustrating injuries if you just incorporate this simple joint by joint method into your routine. If you found this video helpful, guys, hit the like button, subscribe for more beginner friendly workouts, workout tips, and if you have any questions, drop a comment below. And let's crush these fitness goals in 2025, one joint at a time. Be the outlaw.